The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Ryan. And it's caught on the sideline. He's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The football going back over to Arizona now. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cotter. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week, that great creativity and usual productivity.
The second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth the salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. That is caught by Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Gibson again. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, Ryan. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Ryan. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Sly able to put this one through, and the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. The drive will start with Connor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Murray off play action. And that will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now Ryan on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. They'll run with Gibson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Ryan to throw. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. After the turnover, here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Now Murray. Rolling to his right. And this one too low.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And you wonder if they'll just take this 3-0 lead to the locker room. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
59, ready.
So we've reached halftime here. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Washington. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And oh, it's wide right. No good. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry. Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. Third quarter starts with a run from Connor, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On play action, it's Murray. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Second down and a run by Robinson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Now it's Ryan. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. Open man here is Gentry. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run forward with Connor, and he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Right back to Connor here on first. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll toss this out right for Connor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The corner blitz works to perfection for A.J. Boye. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. On third down, here's Gibson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Tressway now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Play fake. Murray rolling to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Murray. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for Arizona. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Three quarters have come and gone. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
One more.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. He finds his tight end, Gentry. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And taken right on the 30. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled to it. So kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or result. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
from the 24. Ryan Samuel bringing in the slant. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. So out now come the Cardinals. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. To Connor on the check down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On second down, Connor looking for space. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 4. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 2nd and 10. Murray. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Murray to air it out again. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Arizona. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the Washington offense going back to work. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Ryan. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the counter, Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go again with Gibson. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Handoff running left is Gibson. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Back to throw, Murray. He's got McBride, and he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock, but not a huge pickup there. 6, maybe 7. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Field goals are going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on